Whoopi Goldberg's greatest sorrow in life was her feelings of isolation and her struggles with acceptance in a world filled with prejudices about race, gender, and appearance. As a black woman growing up in the poor Chelsea neighborhood of New York in the 1950s and 1960s, Whoopi faced racism from a young age. She was often ridiculed for her skin color, non-Hollywood appearance, and accent. These experiences not only left her feeling isolated, but also left deep psychological scars, making her wonder if she truly belonged in this world. One of the most painful periods in Whoopi's life was when she struggled with drug addiction in the 1970s. In her 20s, she fell into a spiral of drug addiction, partly due to the pressure of a difficult life and the feeling of not finding a place in society. She shared in her autobiography, book, 1997, that there were days when she felt like she was living in hell, unable to break free from her addiction. This pain was deepened when she realized that she was hurting her loved ones, especially her daughter, Alex Martin, who was very young at the time. Sobriety was a tearful journey, with relapses and moments when she felt she was not strong enough to continue. Whoopi's sadness was also amplified by the failures of her personal relationships, especially 3 broken marriages. She was married to Alvin Martin, 1973 to 1979, David Klassen, 1986 to 1988, and Lyle Trachtenberg, 1994 to 1995. But none of the marriages lasted more than a few years. These breakups not only brought emotional pain, but also made her doubt her ability to build a happy family. She shared in a 2010 interview that she felt like she wasn't meant to be in a long-term relationship, and this was a lingering sadness in her heart. In addition, Whoopi also carried sadness due to personal losses. In 2010, her mother, Emma Harris, passed away after a stroke. Emma was the biggest influence in Whoopi's life, always encouraging her to pursue her passion despite the difficulties. Her mother's passing left a void that could not be filled, and Whoopi shared that she often dreamed of her mother, regretting not telling her she loved her more. This pain became even deeper when she looked back on her journey, realizing that her mother was the only person who always believed in her, even in her darkest days. Finally, Whoopi's sadness also came from the pressure of maintaining her image as a cultural icon. As one of the first black women to win an EGOT, she has always faced high expectations from the public, the media, and herself. Criticism of her political views, her hosting style on The View, and her career choices have left her feeling vulnerable. There have been times when she felt like the world was against her, especially when she was accused of making controversial statements. Despite always maintaining a strong exterior, she admits that there were moments when she sat alone in her room, letting tears fall, because she felt misunderstood. In short, Whoopi Goldberg's greatest sorrows were feelings of isolation, her battle with drug addiction, her failed marriage, the loss of her mother, and pressure from the public. These sorrows not only scarred her heart, but also motivated her to become a strong woman who always fought for what she believed in. Whoopi Goldberg's career has been a journey spanning more than 4 decades, filled with glorious peaks and dark valleys. From her debut as a stage actress in the 1980s to becoming one of the world's most versatile artists, she has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Her successes, failures, and tear-jerking moments have shaped who Whoopi Goldberg is, not only an icon, but also a deeply emotional and resilient human being. Whoopi began her career in theater in the early 1980s when she created the one-man show The Spook Show in San Francisco. Her unique comedic style, which combined social satire and personal stories, garnered critical attention. The show was later transferred to Broadway in 1984, retitled Whoopi Goldberg, to widespread acclaim. Producer Mike Nichols, who discovered her, called her an irresistible talent. Whoopi Goldberg's success opened the door for her to enter Hollywood, marking the first major breakthrough in her career. In 1985, Whoopi achieved her breakthrough as Celie in Steven Spielberg's The Color Purple. Based on the novel by Alice Walker, the film tells the story of a black woman's journey through grief in a racist society. Whoopi's emotional performance earned her a Golden Globe for Best Actress and an Oscar nomination, an incredible achievement for a newcomer. The Color Purple grossed over $140 million worldwide and is considered one of the most important films of the 1980s, cementing Whoopi's status as a movie star. In 1990, Whoopi continued to make her mark as Oda Mae Brown in Ghost, a supernatural romance starring Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. Her role as a comedic yet poignant psychic earned her an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, making her the second black woman in history to win the award. Ghost grossed over $500 million worldwide, becoming one of the most successful films of 1990, and Whoopi's performance was praised for striking the perfect balance between comedy and emotion. Throughout the 1990s, Whoopi continued to assert her talent with a variety of roles. She starred in Sister Act, 1992, a comedy about a singer who takes refuge in a convent. The film grossed over $230 million and became a cultural phenomenon, with the sequel Sister Act 2. Back in the Habit, 1993 being equally successful. She also starred in films such as Made in America, 1993, The Lion King, 1994, voicing Shenzi, and Boys on the Side, 1995, demonstrating her versatility in both comedy and drama. Outside of film, she hosted the Academy Awards in 1994, 1996, 1999, and 2002, becoming one of the most beloved hosts for her charm and candid style. In 2007, Whoopi joined the hosting staff of The View, a popular talk show on ABC. As a host and producer, she brought a unique perspective to political, social, and cultural issues, and became a strong voice for women and people of color. The View averaged 3 to 4 million viewers per day during her years on the show, and she won a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Host in 2009. Her role on The View not only solidified her status as a media personality, but also helped her spread the message of equality and diversity. Whoopi has also found success in theater as a producer and actress. She produced the musical Thoroughly Modern Millie, 2002, which won a Tony Award for Best Musical, and starred in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, 2003. She has also published several books, including Book, 1997, a humorous autobiography, and Whoopi's Big Book of Manners, 2006, a children's book. These projects not only showcase her multifaceted talents, but also her commitment to inspiring through many art forms. Whoopi's career, however, has not always been smooth sailing. One of her biggest failures was the film Bogus, 1996, in which she starred alongside Gérard Depardieu. The film was panned for its weak plot and lack of appeal, grossing only $4 million against a $30 million budget. The failure led to her being criticized for not being suited for leading roles in sci-fi films, and she faced doubts about her abilities. This period left her in a state of self-doubt, wondering if she could continue to compete in a cutthroat industry. Another setback was the controversy surrounding her comments on The View. Over the course of her 15-year hosting career, she has been criticized for controversial comments, such as her comments about the Holocaust in 2022, which led to her being suspended from ABC for 2 weeks. Although she apologized and explained that her intentions were misunderstood, the incident damaged her image in the eyes of some viewers. She once shared that the controversy made her feel like she was crucified, and she had to fight to regain the public's trust. Whoopi's career struggles were not only about hours of practice on set, but also moments when she had to overcome herself. One of the times she cried was when she accepted the Oscar for Ghost in 1991. To prepare for the role of Oda Mae Brown, she spent months researching the character's psychology, working with director Jerry Zucker to ensure her performance was perfect. When her name was announced at the awards ceremony, she stood on stage, letting tears fall from her eyes, feeling happy, and that her efforts had been recognized. "I never thought I would be standing here, but I did. And this is for everyone who has ever been told they're not good enough," she said. Another tearful moment came when she finished The Color Purple. Playing Celie was the most challenging of her career, requiring her to confront painful feelings about mistreatment and racism. During filming, she often worked 14 to 16-hour days, and there were scenes where she cried for real because of personal memories of discrimination she had experienced. When the film premiered and received a standing ovation, she cried because she felt like she had brought a meaningful story to the world. Whoopi also cried when she won a Daytime Emmy for The View. As a lifelong advocate for social justice, she saw her role on the show as an opportunity to spread positivity. When she accepted the award, she cried because she felt like she was doing the right thing, despite the controversy. "This is not just an award," she said, "but it's a testament to the fact that my voice matters." In short, Whoopi Goldberg's career has been an emotional journey, with highs like The Color Purple, Ghost, and The View, and lows like the bogus debacle and television controversies. The successes, failures, and tearful moments have helped her grow, not just as an artist, but as a person who values perseverance and self-respect. Whoopi Goldberg is an ambitious person who sets big goals for her career.